Hey everyone, Jason here, aspiring entrepreneur and digital marketing consultant. And in this quick video tutorial, you're going to be learning a simple 4-step process for developing a powerful content marketing plan that will allow you to grow your YouTube channel and drive targeted traffic to your blog. And we'll talk about how to turn your YouTube videos into podcasts so you can syndicate your content and reach a wider audience. And really, this is so important because your current ideal customer, ideal subscriber, ideal follower is already inundated with a bunch of videos. They're already inundated with a bunch of blog posts and podcasts. And so it's really, really important that you follow the simple process for creating your content plan so that you make sure that you don't waste your time creating content that ultimately doesn't reach the people that you want to reach. And so to help you through this process, in the description, there's a link to a free content calendar that's part of the Aspire Notebook, as well as a in-depth series on how to really craft YouTube videos. So there's a 5-part video series in there. It was a previous live stream, and I also have templates in there to help you actually write the content. So for this particular video, we're going to be focused on how to make your content plan so you can have a great content schedule. And of course, this download will help you out. Link in the description. So the first part of your content plan is really focusing on the user intent. This is all about making sure that you create content that speaks to your ideal customer or your ideal audience member. And so the best way to develop your content plan is start with the mindset of creating solutions to problems or answering questions that your ideal customer or audience member would have. And so just think of it as this continuum where in your specific niche, you have people who are complete novices and you have people who are experts. And then, of course, you have people in the middle. And so when you're crafting your content, you really, really want to focus on one particular spot on this spectrum, or at least make sure that you know what particular spot on the spectrum of proficiency or experience level the target user has when you're creating your piece of content. Obviously, if you create something that's designed for an advanced user, you want to make sure that you create and talk to that specific person, and that would be a very different piece of content than for someone who, is just getting started. So make sure you're very clear on whether or not you're making basics or you're making intermediate or advanced things when it comes to crafting your content. And so once you know what questions you're going to answer and what problems you're going to solve, and you've chosen your target user experience level, it's time to convert those into keywords. And that's what we're specifically talking about here with YouTube, is we need to translate all of that brainstorming into keyword search phrases. And the quickest and fastest way to do this is by using good old YouTube suggestions. So what you want to do is go ahead and start typing in keywords, phrases, or the questions your content would answer to figure out what you should title your content and what your target keywords for your content should be. Now, you don't have to worry about your title or your tags, your descriptions, your headlines. When you're making your content plan, all you want to worry about is the user experience level. What's the user intent? What are the problems I'm solving? What are the keywords I'm going to go after? And so you can see in this particular example with time blocking, I just typed in time blocking space, and then I let YouTube tell me all of the search phrases that people were looking for. And this allowed me to create different time blocking videos that really spoke to the questions that people had around time blocking. And so once you know your keywords, you're ready to craft a call to action. And this is where normal plain old content just separates from an actual content marketing plan. Because remember, you're not making content for the sake of making content, right? You're making content because you want your ideal customer or your user or your audience to take a specific action, whether that's an email list, whether that's just subscribing to you, hitting the like button, or sharing your particular video or post. You want to have a specific action that you want your viewer to take once they've watched your video, or your reader to take once they've read your blog post. And so this is where it's really important to have that experience level kind of in mind, because if you create beginner content, but your product or service is for advanced people, well, there's a huge disconnect there, right? Maybe you should go back and only make advanced content because you want to make content for your ideal customer, right? You don't want to make just random content for your niche. And so that's where the call to action comes in. And so this is just an easy diagram to kind of see the flow of how this works. We start with the content on the left, and then as they go through the different pieces of content, we drive them to a landing page where they enter their name and email. I like content marketing for lead generation, but you might have a different call to action for your piece of content. And then the final piece of creating your content plan is making sure that you create a schedule that you can stick to, because consistency is key to success. I cannot stress this enough. It's really, really great or grand if you say, yeah, I'm going to make 7 videos a week, or I'm going to make 3 new podcasts, every other week. As long as you can be consistent and commit to it so it becomes a habit, that is going to be the number that you want to hit. Now, personally, I like saying 3 content pieces a week for minimum when you're just getting started. It's enough content that whatever platform you're choosing, specifically we're talking about YouTube here, but whether you're doing, Instagram or a blog, it makes sure that you're creating enough content to get noticed on that platform. And it's not so much that you're going to burn out trying to create content. And this is where syndication comes in. So specifically with YouTube videos, what's really nice about creating YouTube videos and having that as the core of your content plan is, number one, you can take a transcript and have it on your WordPress blog. And then number 2, you can take the audio of the video and syndicate it as a podcast. All you have to do in the beginning of the podcast and say, hey, this video, obviously it's not a video. Hey, this originally appeared as a video on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/your username, and here you go. And then it can go straight into the normal audio of your video without, too much effort. So as long as you make it really clear that, hey, this used to be a video, now people who aren't really interested in watching YouTube videos or are stuck in their car or the bus on the way to work can listen, to you or engage with your content in a different medium. And so that's a really easy way to increase the amount of content you're producing and syndicating without having to make a completely new content piece. Now, a bonus tip I have for you guys, and this is something that is really, really important. I've touched on this a little bit, but I just want to stress it. And that is, each piece of content should speak to one person. It should speak to one ideal customer, one ideal audience member. You might have different ideal customers, like we talked about on that spectrum. You might target beginners for one product and an advanced person for another product. That's okay. Just make sure that you're really, really crystal clear on who you are targeting with your one piece of content. This video, for example, it's on how to make a content marketing plan, but I'm focused on YouTube because a piece of content that tries to speak to everyone will wind up just speaking to no one. So it's going to be much, much better to create multiple pieces of content that are very, very specific so that it does a better job of answering questions and solving problems for your ideal customer. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video informative and actionable. Don't forget to download that free content plan and content calendar. The Aspire Notebook has a ton of resources to help you develop your own content marketing plan. So if you enjoyed this video and got some value out of it, go ahead and hit that like button, and then let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. I read and reply to every single one. And of course, if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because over on my channel, I'm documenting the entire process of what it takes to build an online business from scratch. So until the next video, keep building the business you love. Take care.